Yo, what's up guys? Today I'm telling you all about my experience directing my biggest music video yet. I'll be breaking down my entire process of producing, directing, filming, editing, and choreographing this video. So let's dive into it. Personally, this video is actually a really big deal to me for a couple of reasons. For one, it's the highest budget music video I've had yet, and I can't say the exact amount out of respect to the artist, but leave a comment below if you can guess how much you think it costs. Second, it's the first music video I've actually choreographed. I was able to create alongside my lovely girlfriend, Cynthia Damita, and we had a lot of fun working together. So let's dive into the process of the video from how I landed it to the finished product. So how did I land this project? I'm telling y'all, do not sleep on the power of cold DMs. If you don't know what that means, it's basically sending just messages to people that you want to work with and saying something along the lines of, hey, I'm a director, would love to shoot a video for you. Simple as that. If you're trying to book more jobs and you're starting from scratch and you don't have people reaching out to you, you need to be the one reaching out to people. So late last year, I probably messaged 100 music artists, something along the lines of, hey, I would love to work with you. I got a few responses, landed maybe 1 or 2 videos, but a couple months later, one of the artists that I messaged reached back out to me because she was looking for a music video director. That's why you gotta put yourself out there and send messages. And this video that I'm talking about today is actually our 3rd video together. Our first one was super simple. It was just shot in Malibu with my Sony and Ultra Bounce, and that's pretty much it. And then our 2nd video together had a slightly higher budget, so we rented some locations. We hired one of my friends who's a dancer to be like the love interest in the video, and it was pretty fire. And then when she came to me with this song, her idea for it was big, the song is big, it's big energy, and I just know the video had to match that. So she came up with the idea of kind of like a party club scene, and I love that, and she wanted dancers. And that's perfect because my background is a dancer, choreographer, and I have a lot of talented dancer friends. So I was like, let's do it. So let's dive into pre-production and all the expenses that came with this video. When you add up all of your expenses and pay your crew and talent well, it adds up very, very quickly. So what might seem like a higher budget, you know, if you're putting it back into the video, it's gonna go quick. So make sure you're on top of your numbers and you're staying organized with everything you're spending money on. And just to be as detailed as possible, I'll break down all of the expenses that went into this particular video. We have rehearsal studio rental, we have rehearsal pay for dancers, we have shoot day pay for dancers, Pier Space location rental, we have camera and lens rental plus insurance, we have a grip van rental, Steadicam op, first AC, gaffer, 2 grips, 10 extras, a DMX board op, stylist, artist wardrobe, hair and makeup artist, crafty, drinks and snacks, catering for 20 people, assistant choreographer, a colorist, and I edited the video myself. And in order to pull off the vision for this video, you know, all of these expenses were absolutely necessary. And given that my production company, Man of Faith, produced this project, it all had to go well or it fell back on us. And truthfully, this video wasn't the most profitable thing for us. Music videos really aren't at all. Most of the times we're just putting most of the money back into the video and just creating for the love of it. So coming from my background as a dancer and a choreographer and tapping into that side of my creativity for this project was actually one of my favorite parts. And collaborating with my girlfriend was super cool too. You know, she did a lot of the choreography for the artist, I did it for the guys, and we kind of collaborated just on both sides and we came up with something that looks really cool. And in rehearsal, you know, it's super important to block and stage the dancers according to what's gonna look best on camera, because it's a different experience of what it's gonna look like with your eyes, and certain formations look different depending on which lens focal length that you're using. So if you're using something super wide, you have to stage dancers accordingly to that. If you're using a tight lens, that's different as well. You wanna make sure everybody's closer together. So there's just a lot of different things that you have to be aware of, and you wanna make sure that you're doing, you know, camera tests in rehearsal as much as possible. So when you get on set, it's smooth. And, you know, even in rehearsal, having the dancers run through it, holding your iPhone and doing the ideal camera movements and angles that are gonna look good, you can show that video to your DP, to your Steadicam op, and make sure that they're aware of kind of your vision of how you want it to be captured. That's just taking things to a whole nother level. If you can have camera movement, that accents the choreography. And that's what I try to do with all of my videos. So rehearsal was definitely a good time with the guys and Lizette. We only had 1 rehearsal. If it was up to me, I probably would have had multiple. but definitely for next time. Okay, styling and makeup. Personally, your boy is not, you know, the biggest fashionista, so I brought on my good friend Viola Wan to put together the looks for this video, and she did absolutely amazing. I kind of just explained to her like what I saw in my head a little bit, but she, you know, actually made it happen, and she did amazing. If there's one thing that I would have done better next time is to do a fitting with the artist beforehand, but that's my fault, just to make sure that she's comfortable in what she's wearing on the day of the shoot. And also just having a few more options for her to choose from, it just in case, you know, something doesn't work out on the day of. It's super important to make sure that your artist feels comfortable and confident in whatever they're wearing. So always have more options. And as far as makeup, you know, we didn't want our artist to worry about anything that day. It's her big day. She comes in, she sits down, gets her makeup done, put her clothes on, comes out, performs, and is feeling good. So we hired a makeup artist, our friend Kristen, who's done a lot of, you know, really good work for us. She absolutely crushed it on this shoot. And again, with styling and hair and makeup and those things, I kind of just trust the professionals to do what they do, you know what I mean? I can have my input of, oh, maybe add this and add that, but I don't know the terminology, I don't know what's good, I don't know what's not, you know what I mean? And it's something as a director I should be learning more of. But in the meantime, you know, it's really important to hire people who really know what they're talking about and really know what they're doing within their respective fields. So as far as the actual shoot day, everything was actually pretty smooth. You know, we had enough food and snacks to make sure everybody was satisfied. We had about 10 extras, and there was a lot of time with them, you know, sitting around, but that's pretty standard if you're on a set. Everybody was super cool though. We kind of had people just around her, you know, dancing, party vibes. A lot of them were dancers already, which is important. You don't want to have extras that are just like, you know, random people that don't know how to move and don't know how to dance in a party scene. You want to make sure that they're able to at least, you know, catch some sort of a rhythm. So everybody that was there that day, you know, we kind of knew through the dance industry, which is cool. We budgeted for an 8-hour shoot day, but honestly, I wish I would have had at least a 10 or a 12-hour shoot day, because we ended up going to, I think, 9 hours and still didn't get all the looks that I had wanted. And even if we got all the looks, like ideally we would have gotten even more. And the cool thing about, you know, having a bigger budget video and having a, you know, decent sized crew is, you know, you're not doing everything yourself. A lot of the times for my other videos, I'm doing literally everything. I'm moving the lights, the camera, setting it up, trying to direct to make sure the artist is good, doing playback, like it's crazy, you know? So for this project to have just a dedicated person for everything was super, super different and super important. And the biggest game changer for me was wearing wireless headset mics so we could communicate with each other, you know, from across the room. Like, never had that before, so that was a super big luxury. I know it's pretty standard on a, you know, a bigger set, but I've never had it on my own set, so that was really cool. Post-production. Now, this was actually one of those projects where I was like super eager to get home and just start working on it. You know, usually I'll sit on a project for a couple of days or a week and then start working on it, and it's like, but with this one, I was like, oh, I just gotta get home, gotta work on it, and I'm pretty sure I had a draft like by the next day. I sent it to the artist, and she had like no notes. So it's been a little, I like slept on it for a day, did some more notes, and she was super, super happy with it. So I actually didn't color this one myself. I'm not the best colorist. My eyes are a little off sometimes, so I hired my friend Ashton to color this one. He did a great job. If you don't know the process of working with a colorist, oftentimes you'll just send them a ProRes 4444 file with no LUT or anything applied to it, and then send them an EDL, which is an edit decision list, I'm pretty sure, and that basically tells their software where all the cuts are in the video. They apply that, they color each individual clip. They can either send it back, you know, each clip or an assembled project. I send it back and you just do the final assembly of putting the titles and the music and everything else on it. So working with him was super smooth and he did a great job. Color is like literally one of the most important things of a video. If you don't know, like it took me a while to really start implementing that. It took me a while to start hiring other colorists. But again, the more that you can just like work with people that really focus in on one thing, become great at that one thing, the better the project is gonna be. So from now on, I try to always have a colorist for my music videos. All right, to recap what I've learned from producing this video, staying on top of your budget and accounting every expense is essential. Always have more time at the location than you think you'll need. Probably would have really tried to get more than just 3 scenes in the video so it doesn't get too repetitive. Wondering if I could have found a bit more of a storyline. You know, I love just a good, fun party visual, but even if it's just a small storyline to increase the retention throughout the video, I think that would have been really helpful. Always do a wardrobe fitting with the artist and stylist beforehand. Have a trusty crew and delegate some of the responsibilities when the budget calls for it. Always go above and beyond for your crew and the artist, because the reputation of what it's like to work with you is super important. Overall, super excited with this video and hope you guys enjoy. Please let me know if you have any questions, and like, comment, subscribe to support this channel. Peace.